people? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I want to make a quick little guide on how to build your Reganilla, what's the best traits, when you should start swapping your traits. Just stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Alright!
To break through your Reganilla, you're going to need to go to the shop and go down to Legendary Conquest, and you're going to want to buy an allotment of these. Basically, you're going to need like 100 of these to fully break through Reganilla and get it to level 60. I suggest doing this as fast as possible, as the other Legendary Conquest items are quite good, especially the Salmon Puree and the Advanced Combat Theory. So you want to keep your money for that kind of shit later on. Other than that, going into the Legendary Mon itself, you want to make sure to prime your Legendary Mon before investing into the traits. Why is that? Well, when you unlock the 4th trait, you have a bigger net for catching the traits that you want. Now, what traits do you want? Well, I would suggest crit rate, crit damage, and elemental weakness, as well as damage to boss enemies. Why is that? Well, elemental weakness has a very high cap that will probably never be reached. Crit rate, though, does have quite a low cap now. It's not really easily attainable by any characters outside of Dobby here. So with this, you get like a crit rate, 21% crit rate, and there's like a few other things that add up to possibly giving you a high crit rate. But as of right now, most of the characters in this game really like crit rate. And the reason why that is it helps you apply debuff. Francis here. With Custos, target's defense goes down by 8% for landing a critical hit. Basically, pretty much everyone wants crit rate. And a lot of the DPS mons you want to be building like this, with crit damage instead of crit rate, allowing you to, crit more. And as time goes on and we get higher and higher crit rates, we can obviously just drop Ice Fist Dude instead for something else. But yeah, crit rate is a very desirable stat and one that I would suggest. I would also suggest crit damage, as it's the highest amount of damage at gold trait is 15%. Once we get these magnified crit rates of 90 plus, that's always going to be very good. Elemental weakness, I know a lot of people like to do stuff like off element Mina or Esser and just sort of plow through Legendary Conquest with just one character or whatever. But as we get later on into the conquest here, as soon as we get into Abyss, the mons become immune to all the other elements. So eventually elemental weakness is going to be king, and there's nothing really around that. You're just going to have to do it. Next up is damage to boss enemies, another 10% damage increase, and who cares about normal enemies anyway? One mentionable, there's 2 honorable mentions, and that would be neutralization damage, as the newt damage needed for stagger seems to inflate and inflate and inflate as we get into this later end game content. The other possibility is attack percentage, as a lot of things in this game scale off attack percentage. So let's go to Nare A2. So attack increases by 22% for 20% when, so their attack increases, her shield is based on attack percentage. Same with healing on Francis. So yeah, increases by 17% of attack, and health is garnered by the amount of Francis's attack. Okay, so attack percentage is sort of a universal buff, but at the same time it's a percentage of a percentage, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, these are my top 6 recommendations for traits for Cryptid Reganula. Let me know what you guys think. Special skill cooldown. I see special skill cooldown on literally every one of your mons. Why wouldn't you just want to make that universal? Well, you know, honestly, so special skill cooldown caps out at 50%. With 3 mons with 3 gold special skill cooldown traits, that's 45% special skill cooldown, which I think is enough. So the cap is 50%, and like you can get up to 45% if you just always have special skill cooldown. And honestly, I think special skill cooldown is just best on everyone anyway. So just it prevents a lot of headaches of like trying to pick on what you're gonna put on a mon just by putting on everyone. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Leave a comment down below, leave a like, and sub if you can, as you know, this is a small community, you know, we need to keep together. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.